Running a business comes with a lot of what-ifs. But luckily, there's a simple answer to them. Shopify. It's the commerce platform behind millions of businesses, including Thrive Cosmetics and Momofuku, and it'll help you with everything you need. From website design and marketing to boosting sales and expanding operations, Shopify can get the job done and make your dream a reality. Turn those what-ifs into... Sign up for your $1 per month trial at shopify.com/special offer.
Hi, I'm Brandon from the EVIO Podcast Network, and I want to share a sneak peek of our new show, The Ides of April. Executive produced and narrated by Alec Baldwin, this series takes you inside the final 17 days of the life of John Wilkes Booth, the end of the Civil War, the assassination of Abraham Lincoln, and the largest manhunt in American history. While you're listening, follow The Ides of April on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, wherever you get your shows. Your support means everything as we launch this series. Here's the clip.
In an effort to illustrate just how unbelievable the events of April 14th, 1865 really were, consider a contemporary scene and one of obvious fiction. It's a Tuesday in late January 2021. You're in New York City to catch a performance of Hamilton. Without question, the most popular Broadway show in a generation. You have seats about halfway backstage, right? Upon arrival, you're informed that some surprise guests will be in attendance that evening. The newly elected President Biden and First Lady Dr. Jill Biden. Regardless of political affiliation, the fact that a sitting president is in attendance is cause for some excitement. The presidential box is about 12 feet above stage left. You settle into the show, but you can't help but cast an occasional glance up toward the president's balcony. He and the First Lady seem to be enjoying themselves. As the play barrels toward its crescendo, the audience seems to forget that they're sharing the evening with the leader of the free world. Then, just as Aaron Burr fires the fatal shot at Alexander Hamilton, bang! Wait, was that an actual gunshot? It certainly sounded like one that came from the audience instead of the stage. In fact, it sounded like it came from the president's box. Then the screaming starts. And before you can even register what might be going on, you see a man leap from the presidential box onto the stage. The man stands to his full height and raises a bloody dagger above his head. Your first thought, everyone's first thought is, why is Leonardo DiCaprio on stage right now? But even before that thought can fully register, the man on stage, yes, it is DiCaprio, shouts, "Make America great again." Then Leo runs off stage, through the dressing rooms, out into the Manhattan streets, where he disappears on the run. And there you are, stunned, along with the rest of the crowd, and soon the rest of the world. You're likely thinking two thoughts amidst the chaos erupting all around you. The first being, holy shit, did Leonardo DiCaprio just assassinate the president? And the second, holy shit, is Leo DiCaprio a MAGA Republican? As outlandish as this scenario may seem, it pales in comparison to the Lincoln assassination in several ways. One is comparing John Wilkes Booth to Leonardo DiCaprio, and it's not in the way you might think. Booth was every bit as popular as Leo in his day, but here's where the comparison falls short. Leo's fame would only be commensurate with Booth's if Leo's older brother happened to be Daniel Day-Lewis, and Leo's father was Laurence Olivier. That's how famous Booth was. Before television, before movies, there was only live theater, and the Booth family were stars of the highest order. Booth's father, Junius Brutus Booth, was considered the Shakespearean actor of his generation. Critical raves for his King Lear are unmatched to this day. And John Wilkes' older brother Edwin was widely considered to simply be the finest stage performer of the period. Edwin was an artist, whereas John Wilkes was a star. As recently as 3 months before the assassination, a consensus was reached among the leading newspapers of the Northeast that John Wilkes Booth was the handsomest man in America. It was the kind of attention that would have mortified and embarrassed Edwin. but John Wilkes loved it. He loved being a celebrity. However, he privately longed for the professional respect and recognition that was heaped upon the other actors in his family. He had another sibling, Junius Jr., who was also a tremendous talent and Shakespearean master. His critical reviews outshone those of John Wilkes, but he wasn't the star that his little brother was.
That was just a preview of The Ides of April. The series launches July 23rd. Follow now, wherever you get your podcasts.